The one that wins the Winston Select Lap Award for this week as top qualifier at a world record speed for a 2.5-mile course at 166.852.
No news at all to anyone about the major storms that have been hitting in the Midwest, and it's no exception here on the Ohio River. Look at some of the debris that has been floating past the pit area. Believe it or not, a refrigerator floating by us in the pit area in Madison, Indiana. Now, everybody has been concerned about the storms, and everybody has been taking the precautions. It looks like we're going to get our race day in. These shots indicate that everybody's going to keep their eyes to the sky for more rain. We are still clearing out the river of some debris. We've got some helicopters and whatever watching upriver for anything coming down.
Alvy's American Eagle, Mitch Evans, will ride in lane number 2 for the starts. In lane 3 will be the Tide with George Woods Jr. Mark Evans will be driving American Spirit. That's Fred Leland's boat. And the backup boat T-Plus with Steve David. And then a trailer boat will be the Miss DOC AccuView with Ken Muscatel. Long chutes, tight turns, leave lane 1 vacant for safety, and here they come for the flag.
There is the green flag as we start our first heat here on the Ohio River in Madison, Indiana. On the inside, Alvy's American Eagle, but it looks like it's going to be lane 3, the Tide boat trying to take the lead. Far outside, the T-Plus backup boat is trying to take the lead in the turn. He's not going to be able to do it. American Spirit comes up, takes the lead momentarily, but it's the Tide boat on the inside that has the momentary lead. Here comes American Spirit again.
As we look from our camera at the starting line, we pick up George Woods in the Tide. Now you can see where these boats are going to get the long chutes. This is one of the longer courses as they go under the Ohio River Bridge. And we've had problems in this long chute. They're going to have to keep them flying, Dick. There it is, right under the bridge. And instantly, they're going to hang it on the hook. You'll see that second rooster tail come up right there. He's making his turn.
And a lot of times a bridge will cause all sorts of different wind currents on the river. The drivers have to be constantly attuned to those currents. Riding in second place right now, the boat with the red, white, and blue, the stars and stripes. It's the American Spirit, Mark Evans. You can see there's about 4 boat lengths between him and the leader, the Tide boat to the right of your screen.
135.956 mile an hour for our lead boat. About a mile and a half faster than our second place boat, which is Mark Evans and American Spirit. As we go back to our leader now, down the back chute, and as they come over, there's a sunken sandbar that creates a current on corner number 2, leading into this back chute, and it's a very, very dangerous turn on the course.
That's where the Tide last year had all the problems. They're second place, still riding hard. Mark Evans and the American Spirit. Turn number 2 is coming up for the Tide boat. George Woods Jr., he has been able to tame it so far. We'll see if he can do it in the last lap. Riding in third is the T-Plus. Second place again and still charging. Mark Evans is not giving any room at all as far as the distance between the 2 boats. He's keeping a very solid run.
Little faster on lane number 2 for the Tide at 136.468.
Mitch Evans, the brother of Mark Evans, riding in Alvy's American Eagle. He is back in 4th place. We are coming up on the final lap now for the Tide boat. George Woods Jr., remember, this is the boat that last year literally tore apart on the course. This time he finishes whole, united. The boat is all together. George Woods Jr. coming down for the checkered flag. Winner of Heat 1A on the Ohio River, starting out the day in Madison, Indiana.
And we have a battle for second place going on. As look at the left, the tail's gone. Mark Evans lost the tail of the American Spirit, and it'll be the T-Plus coming on to take second place. We've had lots of excitement, and we'll have more after this timeout.
Back here on the Ohio River, we've already had some wild action with the T-Plus coming up with just feet remaining to the finish line. Managed to get inside of the American Spirit that was ripping apart on the course. Tide boat, of course, coming in first. T-Plus takes second.
Well, George, that looked like a pretty tight course.
Oh, definitely was. I'll tell you. Wow, I'm just winded. The Tide boat ran perfect out there. I have no complaints with it, but the water conditions were definitely rough.
Seems like you were a little looser than usual.
Yes, we even took some of the reaction out of the boat to get it a little bit calmer, and it's still rough out there. I'll tell you, it was a rough race there with, you know, the American Spirit was right on our tail the whole time.
Let's find out now what happened down there in the American Spirit camp. Let's find out from Dick Crippen. Dick?
Mark, turn number 1, Madison, Indiana. Welcome aboard.
Welcome to Madison, that's for sure. Turn 1. Well, I got inside George up on 3 and 4, and that's probably a crazy move on my part, but I wanted to sneak up on as best I could, and couldn't gate enough boat lengths down here to get into the overlap rule. George did his thing, came across, and it was a little rough in that turn. I ended up hooking it, so that was my fault.
Fans on both sides of the Ohio, the Indiana side and the Kentucky side, seeking shade but enjoying some hot racing. Now, Heat 1B, it'll be the Miss Budweiser, Chip Hanauer, looking for his 4th consecutive victory. Winston Eagle will provide the opposition with Mark Tate from Detroit at the wheel. Dave Bilwach driving Miss Circus Circus. The Kellogg's is the hometown boat. Mike Hansen, the driver. Miss Rock with Mark Evans fills the field, the boat owned by Fred Leland.
It looks like it's going to be clean for the start. The referee's looking it over from high atop the course. There you get the same view he's getting as they come down underneath the bridge. We're at the start line, the green flag, and they are off. Right away, it is the Miss Budweiser trying to set the pace. Now, Budweiser is in lane number 2. Remember, we're keeping lane 1 clear for safety reasons on the course. It looked like a little bit of a fight for some of the boats to get through that first turn. They are through clean, and on the back stretch, it is the Miss Budweiser setting the pace. Chip Hanauer knows this river well. Remember, he is the defending champion. Boy, oh boy, did you see him get airborne. We talk about the currents in the river, which you know when you've got flood conditions in the Midwest, you're going to have strong currents. There you see the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes also getting a little flighty, but you also have to be concerned now with the bridge and the wind currents. In turn number 3, Miss Budweiser handles beautifully.
As we look at our lead boat, 138.053 mile an hour. Remember, these are 3-lap sprints. The final field will have to race 5 times around this 2.5-mile course.
Jim, as we look behind the leader, we can see that Kellogg's Frosted Flakes has now taken 2nd place away from the Winston Eagle. And back in 4th place, it is the Miss Circus Circus, Dave Bilwach, the boat out of Las Vegas, Nevada. There you see the margin between the boats. Sometimes when we get down on the surface of the water, they look a lot closer than they are, but it's quite a battle now. 3rd place is the Winston Eagle, which is inside on the turn. The pink and white boat on the outside is Circus Circus. That boat now riding in 4th place.
Winston Eagle in tight, trying to catch the Kellogg's for 2nd place. Changing lanes through the wake on the outside is the Circus Circus. We've got a battle bunched up to try to catch this boat, Mike Hansen and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
He is riding in 2nd place and going under the bridge in the lead right now. And in turn number 3 is the red and white Budweiser boat, Miss Budweiser, Chip Hanauer, looking for his 4th straight win on the RC Cola Unlimited Hydroplane Series, looking now at the checkered flag in Heat 1A.
And they'll get points and a leg up on that O'Doul's High Point Championship. And remember, top 3 boats of the year at our last race in Honolulu will race in the O'Doul's Shootout. Budweiser first, Kellogg second, followed by the Winston and the Circus Circus. Miss Rock did not start. Let's go down to the winner's dock.
Chip, boy, I'll tell you what, that first turn out there, I was kind of wondering what was going to happen.
It's very rough, very rough. Some of the worst conditions I've seen all year and maybe in the last couple of years.
As far as the rest of it, though, once you kicked out of that turn, you took a couple of little bounces in the first lap. From there on, it was smooth sailing.
Well, I think once we got a lead, it was pretty hard for anybody to mount much of a charge because of the rough water. I mean, I had a lot of pedal left, and I know they did too. I just couldn't find a place to use the power that we had, and I just couldn't get the boat hooked up.
Well, Bernie, the boat obviously is well put together. It took the bounces with no damage.
Yeah, no damage, thank the Lord, because it was really tough out there. I was proud of the Miss Madison. They ran really good, and but all the boats had a bad time, and nobody could really mount any effort.